Good morning, students. We are going to learn Algebra and Number Theory, MA 8551 subject code, Lecture 4. Under Lecture 4, we are going to learn cyclic groups. Now, topic covered: cyclic group definition, theorem on cyclic groups, cycles and transpositions. Course outcome of this video: to introduce the basic knowledge of cyclic groups and transpositions on groups, which will then use to solve some related problems. Definition 1. A group G under binary operation star is said to be a cyclic group if there exists an element x belong to G such that every element x belong to G is of the form a power n. So we can write G is equal to brackets A, which is a cyclic group. It can also be written in this way. So here A is the generator. G will contain all the elements in powers of A. So example, the multiplicative group G is equal to 1 minus 1 I minus I, which is cyclic generated by I, because I is nothing but A. So when you write a power n may be some integers. So I square a power n. A is I, power n can be any integers. Square I am taking. I square is equal to minus 1, which is in G. Then you can take I cube, value is minus I, which is in G. I power 4 also, which is in G. So repeatedly these values get it is repeated when you take any powers of A. So this G is cyclic generated by I. Similarly, we can also prove G is cyclic generated by minus I. Order of element: let G comma star be a group and A belong to G. The order of A is least positive integer m such that we write A power m equal to E, where E is the identity element. So after this identity element, all the values in G gets repeated. So that this m is nothing but the order. So the order of A is denoted by order of A. We write order of A is equal to m. So we should find out m, that is nothing but order of A. If no such integer exists means we say that A is infinite order. Example for order of a group. So take a G is equal to 1 minus 1 I minus I. Under usual multiplication, we have to find out the order of all the elements. So for 1, order of 1 is 1. So no need to find. We can take a check for other values. Let us draw the Cayley table and find out all the values. Take a product. 1 into 1, 1. 1 into minus 1, minus 1. 1 into I. 1 into minus I, it is minus I. Now here we take I. So when you take I power 2, we are getting minus 1. And I power 4 also 1. And minus 1. First thing in Cayley table, we have to find out the identity element. So here all the elements which when multiplied with 1, we get the same elements. So what is the formula of identity? A into E is equal to A. So all the elements multiplied with 1, we get the same elements. So here 1 is the identity. So actually what is our formula? A power m equal to E. So here for this Cayley table, your E will be 1. So when you take any power of A, you should get 1. So when you will get 1? So here you can find out I power 4 is equal to 1 minus 1 square is equal to 1. So that means what is order of I? Which is equal to order of I is equal to 4. Because the power is, we say order of A. So it is 4. And order of minus 1 is 2. And here it is order of I square we are getting minus 1. When you take I power 4, we get 1. So here the order of I will be 4. Theorem 1. If G under binary operation star is cyclic group generated by A, then we have to prove that A inverse is also generator. Proof. Now it is given A is a cyclic group generated by A. So any element x belong to G will be of the form x is equal to A power n, where n is some integer. Now we take x is equal to A power n, and this can be written as A inverse whole power minus n. So the same A power n I have written in this power. Now I can tell here n is integer. That means minus n is also integer. So any term power integer, we say that the inner element is a generator. So here also instead of n we have minus n. That means here A is the generator means what about here A power minus 1 is the generator. So we can write that A inverse is also generator if G is cyclic group generated by A. Theorem 2. Let G under binary operation be infinite cyclic group generated by an element A belong to G. If order of G equal to M, then if it is order of G, what is the order formula? A power n equal to E. And G has elements A square, A cube, A power n minus 1, comma, last element A power n equal to E. Further, order of A, we take it as n because here E, A power n equal to E. So that means last element A power value that n is an integer, that is the order of A. So we take order of A equal to n. That is, n is a least positive integer such that A power n equal to E. Now, we want to prove this theorem by assuming contradiction. So, proof. Given G under binary operation is a finite group generated by A. First, we shall prove that A power m equal to E is not possible for m less than n, because in the problem it was given A power n equal to E, but I am taking now A power m equal to E. So this is not possible, I should prove. That means m is less than n. Assume it is possible for A power m equal to E. So contradictionally I am assuming A power m equal to E. I will check what I am getting for m less than n. Since G is a cyclic group generated by A for x belong to G, x belong to G is an integral powers of A, I can write that x is equal to A power n. I am not taking n, I am taking a k, which k lies between m and n, is an element of cyclic group. So x is equal to A power k for some integer k. Now for integer m comma k by Euclidean division algorithm, we can write k is equal to m cube plus r. And here q is the quotient and r is the remainder. M is a multiple of quotient. K is equal to m cube plus r, where the range of r will be between 0 to m. 0 less than equal to r less than m. Now take x is equal to A power k value is m cube plus r. So this can be splitted A power m cube into A power r is equal to E A power q whole power m, which is a cyclic group. It is of the form A power n. So I can write it as E A power r, which is equal to A power r. Now any element of G will be of the form A power r, where r is less than m. So it means that the number of elements in G is at most m. So order of G equal to m, which is less than n. So this is not possible, which contradicts the hypothesis. We should get order of G equal to m. Hence, A power m equal to E is not possible for m less than n. Therefore, what is our formula? A power n equal to E is true. Next, we shall prove that elements A square, A power 3 and A cube up to A power n are all distinct. Suppose it is not true, then A power r repetitions. Then if it is not true, then there are A power r repetitions. So we take A power s is equal to A power r, and your relation is 0 to n. R is an intermediate value. In between r and n, we take some element s. So A power s is equal to A power r. So A power, both the sides you post to multiply by A power minus r. A power s minus r is equal to A power 0 is equal to E, where 0 less than, you take r to the opposite side, that side we get s minus r less than n. So here it is A power s minus r is equal to E. This is not true, which is again a contradiction by the first part. Therefore, all the elements are distinct. Actually, from A to A power n, we should not get a repeated values. After A power n, which is equal to E only, you should get the repeated values. So here we have proved, therefore all the elements are distinct. So we write these elements are all distinct. Hence, we can tell that order of G equal to m. So it follows G is equal to these elements A square, A cube up to n is equal to E, and A power n is equal to E for a group G, where G is cyclic and order of A only n. Theorem 3. Show that any cyclic group is abelian. Proof. Let G be a cyclic group generated by A. And you have to assume G be a cyclic group. You have to prove it is a abelian group. What is abelian formula? A into B is equal to B into A, which is also commutative. So what is a cyclic group generated by A? G is equal to A power n, where n belong to integers. So now you take two elements from G. Let x and y belong to G, be any two elements. So for some integers m and n, we write x is equal to a power m. Normally the elements from G will be of the form a power n. So here I will take x is equal to a power m, y is equal to a power n. So x into y you find out, a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. Y into x is equal to a power n into a power m, which is equal to a power m plus n. So x into y, both the values are equal. We can write x into y is equal to y into x for all x comma y belong to z, belong to G. Hence G is abelian. Definition: cyclic subgroup. So the cyclic subgroup formula of A of G generated by A, H equal to, H is a subgroup of cyclic group. H equal to A will be of the form a power n, where n belong to z. So find all the subgroups of, for example, we find all the subgroups of S3. So S3 contains these elements. So I didn't tell the product. I didn't mention the binary operation. This is a general term I am taking. So we can write rho naught, rho 1, rho 2, mu 1, mu 2, mu 3, rho naught, rho 1, rho 2, mu 1, mu 2, mu 3. We have the table values. So here I have written the general values. Now we want to find out the subgroups of S3. For rho naught, it is, since a rho naught is the identity, any rho naught multiplied with a rho naught, rho 1, rho 2, mu 1, mu 2, mu 3, we are getting the same element. So your rho naught is identity element. So rho naught, cyclic group of rho naught is equal to rho naught. And here cyclic group of rho 1 we have to find out. Now rho 1 into rho naught, what do you get? Rho 1. So first term we should write rho 1. Next for rho 1, again we should, this rho 1 you should multiply with rho 1. Rho 1 into rho 1, what you get? Rho 2. That rho 2 you have to write here. Again rho 1 multiplied with rho 2 you have to find out. So rho 1 multiplied with rho 2, what do you get? Rho naught. So we have written rho naught. Now this rho naught, again rho 1 multiplied with rho naught. We have written last term rho naught. That one multiplied with rho 1. What do you get? Again you are getting rho 1. So you should not write rho 1 here. Already you have written rho 1 here. Don't repeat the values. So again the remaining values getting repeated from here. So we can stop the values here. Now find out the cyclic group of rho 2. Now take rho 2. So rho 2 multiplied with rho naught, we will get rho 2. So that one you write first. Next, rho 2 multiplied with this rho 2. So here it is. Rho 2 into rho 2, what you get? Rho 1 right here. Then rho 2 multiplied with rho 1 again. Second term is rho 1. So multiply rho 2 into rho 1, we get rho naught. I have written. Now again rho 2 multiplied with, what is the last element? P, rho naught. So rho 2 multiplied with rho naught, what you get? Rho 2. Already it is there. Rho 2 is here. So if you do the same process, all the values getting repeated, we can stop the values. So this is a cyclic group of rho 2, only 3 elements. Now coming to mu 1. So in mu 1 into rho naught, you get mu 1 right first. Then here mu 1 I have written. So mu 1 into mu 1, we should find out. Mu 1 into mu 1, what do you get? Rho naught. So rho naught. Again mu 1 into rho naught. What do you get? Again you are getting mu 1. So mu 1 comma rho naught comma mu 1 you should not write. The values getting repeated after this rho naught. So only 2 elements you have to write. Coming to mu 2. Mu 2 multiplied with rho naught is equal to mu 2. So write mu 2 first. Then mu 2 multiplied with mu 2, what do you get? Rho naught. So here rho naught you write down. Then mu 2 multiplied with rho naught, what do you get? Mu 2. So again mu 2 you should not write. The values are getting repeated here. So we will stop. You get only mu 2 comma rho naught. Now you take mu 3. Mu3 multiplied with rho naught. Rho naught is the identity element. So mu3 multiplied with rho naught, you get mu3. First term you write mu3. Then mu3 multiplied with this mu3. Here mu3. Mu3 into mu3 we get rho naught right here. Then again mu3 into rho naught you get mu3. Again the values you are getting mu3 already it is there. So don't repeat the values. You have written the two values for the cyclic group of mu3. So in this way we can find out all the cyclic groups of the given S3. This is a general Cayley table. Example 1. Find the cyclic subgroups of Z6, plus 6. So Z is an integer. It is we are calculating under addition modulo 6. So here Z6, addition modulo 6. 6 means how many elements you will contain? 6 elements. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And order of Z6 will be 6 elements. So you write down 6. From the order, I am going to find the subgroups. So now you Z6 is cyclic. It was given cyclic subgroup. There exist subgroups. So now find out division of 6 are 2 and 3. So there are subgroups of order this 2 and order 3. Now we take H1 is equal to 0, 3, H2 is equal to 0, 2, 4. So how you got 0, 3 and 0, 2, 4? 0 is the identity element because we are doing an addition symbol. A plus 0 is equal to A. So 0 will contain. Next 3 you have taken and 2 and 4 you have taken. So these two you can check with the help of Cayley table. Are all non-trivial subgroups. Now note that order of 1 equal to 6. So how many times the value get repeated? We can split this one 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So here order actually you should get A power n is equal to E. That is the order of subgroup. Or A power n is equal to E. What is E? E is the 0. So A is 1. 1 power what is equal to 0. Here we are doing under addition. So that means you should not take power, you should add. 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to 6 times when you add, you are getting 6. It is under addition modulo 6. That means when you get 6, modulo 6 means you will get value as 0. So 6 times it appears. So what is order of 1? It is 6. Now order of 3. We have to find out order of 3. So you have to add. Actually here we should not take product, we have to add. 3 plus 3 we get 6. 2 times you are adding 3. That's what I have written, 2 into 3 which is equal to 6. 6 is 0. We should get identity element. Now you see what is the order of 3? 2. So order of 3 equal to 2. Here order of 2 you want to find out. 2 plus 2 plus 2. 3 times you are adding 2. You get 6 which is equal to 0. So 3 times since you are adding, order of 2 equal to 3. Cycles and transpositions. Definition 1. Let S is equal to A1, A2, A3 up to AN. Sigma be the permutation on S. Sigma is called cycle of length R. So you have up to R elements. If there exist R elements, we can write sigma of A1, we write it as A2. Sigma of A2, we write it as A3. Up to last element, sigma of AR minus 1, we write it as AR. And sigma of AR, we write it as A1. Again, the first element it goes. So this cycle is represented by the symbol A1, A2, A3 up to AR. Definition 2. Any permutation can be written as a product of transpositions. So that means that the given cycle can be written in the small cycles in the product of transpositions. So cycle A1, A2, A3, AR of length R can be written as product of transpositions A1, A2, A1, A3, A1, A4. So you can multiply and you can check whether the cycle is correct or not, if it is a limited finite length. Definition 3. Two cycles are said to be disjoint if they have no elements in common. For example, two cycles are given and we want to check whether it is disjoint or not disjoint. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 are disjoint cycles. You don't have a common element in both the cycles. So we say it is disjoint cycles. Now here you take 1, 2, 3 and 3, 4, 5. So 3 is common in both the cycles. We say it is not disjoint. Definition 4. A cycle of length 2, we call it as transposition. Definition 5. If a permutation sigma is a product of even number of transpositions, we say sigma is a even transposition. So for example, we can write 1, 2, 1, 4 are even transpositions. You can form a matrix. You can form a permutation. Then definition 6. If a permutation sigma is a product of odd number of transposition, then sigma is odd transposition. So see here 3 different cycles 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, but it can be disjoint. Based on the problem, you have to check the disjoint or not disjoint. So 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6 are odd transpositions. Example 1. Compute product 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6 as permutation on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Find first one, we should check whether it is even or odd. Second, its order. Now write down, let a sigma is equal to 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. How to write 1, 2? Totally how many elements you are having? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not there. Up to 6 you are having. If 5 is not there, no problem. You can write 5 below 5. So write the first, fill the first row first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. That means 1, 2. For 2, it is 1. Remaining elements, just fill the same elements in the second row. Then 2, 4. Fill the first row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second row 2, 4. That means 1, 1. You write down 2, 4, 4, 2. The remaining all the elements, write the same elements in the second row. 3, 6. So for 3 it is 6 and 6 it is 3. Remaining all elements, you write the same elements. This is the form of writing. Now we want to multiply all 3. So you write down the first row as it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second row we have to multiply. How to multiply? 1 for 1 you are getting 2. Go to second thing. For 2 you are getting 4. Go to third one. 4 for you are getting 4. So write that 4 here. Then 2 for 2 you are getting 1. For 1 you are getting 1. For 1 you are getting 1. So below 2 you write down 1. Then for 3 you are getting 3. Then for 3 you are getting 3. Then for 3 you are getting 6. So for 3 it is 6. For 4 it is 4. And here for 4 it is 2. And for 2 it is 2. Then you write down below 4 it is 2. Then for 5, 5. And for 5 it is 5. Then for 5 it is 5. So below 5 you write down 5. For 6 it is 6. For 6 it is 6. And for 6 it is 3. So below 6 you write down 3. Now, so this is a product of 3 cycles. We shall write sigma as a product of disjoint cycles. So how to write? You check the answer. For 1 it is 4. For 4 it is 2. For 2 it is 1. Again you are getting the first element 1. So this can be formed as a cycle 1, 4, 2. And for 3 it is 6 and for 6 it is 3. You can write it as 3, 6. So this is a product of 2 cycles. Find out the order of a cycle. First cycle contains 3 elements 1, 4, 2 which is 3. And order of cycle 3, 6 is 2. Only it contains 2 elements. Now we find out sigma, that is equal to LCM of these two. 3, 2 we get 6. Now to decide whether sigma is odd or even. So we shall write sigma as a product of transposition. So how to write? Directly we can write 1, 4, 2 into 3, 6. But we can also split this 1, 4 and 2. So like this 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6. 3, 6 I kept as it is. 1, 4, 2 I can write as a product of 2 cycles. You can check in a rough side whether on multiplying 1, 4 and 1, 2 you get 1, 4, 2. So it can be splitted into maximum of 3 cycles. So sigma is a product of transposition which 3 cycles. Therefore sigma is odd permutation. Example 2. Express theta is equal to permutation was given 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1 and 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, 8. In S9, as a, this is S9 permutation. S9 as a product of disjoint cycles, decide its order and test it is odd or even. solution. We see 1 for 1 it is 2. So from 1 to 2, again 2 to 3, then 3 goes to 4 and 4 goes to 5, 5 goes to 1. Again the first element it comes. So we can write that cycle. You can write one cycle is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next thing, 6, 6, 7, 7. These two are fixed. So 6 and 7 are left fixed. Then you see 8, 9, 9, 8. So 8 to 9, 9 to 8. So another cycle 8, 9. So theta can be written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 8, 9. 6 and 7 we are not writing here. It is understood for 6. For 6 it is goes to 6 and 7 goes to 7. So theta is equal to, we have written product of two terms. Order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is, totally we have 5 elements, it is 5. Order of 8, 9 is 2. Therefore, order of theta, we should take LCM of 5, 2, we get 10. So theta can be written as, now we have to write these two terms, theta as a product of many cycles. So how to split this one? 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 8 and 9. Is a product of 5 transpositions. So we can check this one on taking the product of 4 cycles, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So theta is a odd permutation. Thank you. And we will see some more problems during practice session.